What's going on, guys? It is Straw Hat Goofy with another YouTube video for you guys, and I'm gonna do something a little bit different today, okay? See, I wanted to make more YouTube content for you guys, and to do that, I gotta hold myself accountable. So what I decided to do was do a in the mornings quick run through of some of the news that I found interesting, some of the news that you guys have been sending me in my comments and my DMs and all that stuff, and just make a video about it, just running over some stuff that I find very interesting and talking about it really quickly. It keeps me going, it keeps me making content, and it keeps the content coming for you guys to watch, whether you're on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. This is just another way of me trying to become the best influencer content creator that I could possibly be. Now, before I get started, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that like button, and make sure you hit the little bell to get notified for all my videos so that way we can keep this thing going. It helps a lot for the channel. First thing I want to talk about was the Batman just put out a new clip from the movie. The clip is about 3 minutes long and it features Bruce Wayne at a funeral of some official. Do we really care what official? It could be a cop. We don't really care. The Riddler sends in a car in a hostage situation, and it pretty much captures everything that we know from the Matt Reeves Batman, the tone and everything that we've come to expect. It's dark, it's brooding. Robert Pattinson looks like he's about to punch somebody in the face at any second. Like, it looks really good. The way the Riddler conducts how he commits these crimes, like, obviously it's more akin to the more Arkham style games where he's kind of in the background and you just kind of hear him saying these type of things. But from the costume that was released about a week ago, he does seem to be that Zodiac style killer, and him sending in a hostage situation via a car that crashes into a funeral, it gives like terrorist attack kind of vibe. They're doing a wholly different take versus the guy in a suit with question marks all around him dancing a la Jim Carrey style from Batman. What was that, Forever? Batman Forever. And I have my thoughts about Robert Pattinson in this scene. You know, I honestly think that he should be acting more of the Bruce Wayne playboy philanthropist type of role. Like, it's funny because in most of the Batman movies since Batman 1989, we haven't really seen the playboy side of Bruce Wayne. Like, Christian Bale done it a couple times, but for the most part, he's brooding for the most part. And it just seems that Robert Pattinson is going along with, no matter if he's in the Batman suit or whether he's just as Bruce Wayne, he's still going to be the same character. Again, we won't know because turns out it was just confirmed that the film is going to be 3 hours long, about 2 hours and 55 minutes to be exact. So we'll see how the pacing goes. I'm just excited to see like what this film brings. I just hope that the pacing is all the way there, because 3 hours is a lot of movies are starting to become 3 hours these days. All right, moving on to the other side of the comic book movie making wheel. Spider-Man No Way Home is now the 6th highest grossing movie of all time, which is insane because the movie only came out December 17th, and it's basically only a month and some change later. So the fact that it's already at number 6, that's flipping insane. And I actually looked up the highest grossing movies that are above that list, so let's check those out. So above Spider-Man No Way Home, we have Avengers Infinity War at number 5, we have Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens at number 4, Titanic at number 3, that one is still hanging on for dear life, Avengers Endgame at number 2, and Avatar at number 1. Now, do I think that Spider-Man No Way Home has a chance to catch any of these films before this release is done? I don't think it's catching the top 3 anytime soon. And that really says a lot about Titanic still being at number 3 in this new world of mega franchising, box office. It seems like every other film is getting $1 billion at the box office. So the fact that Titanic is holding tight says a lot about how big Titanic was in the 90s when it first came out, because that's adjusted for inflation, and the fact that it's still there, it's crazy. In fact, I just noticed two of the top 3 highest grossing films of all time is James Cameron. So James Cameron, good on you, dude, for making these type of movies. You must be set for life. Another interesting thing is that 3 of the highest grossing 6 films are all Marvel films, being Avengers Endgame, Avengers Infinity War, and Spider-Man No Way Home. So it's pretty much a battle between James Cameron and the MCU at this point. Staying on the Spider-Man topic, The Amazing Spider-Man 3 is trending on Twitter yet again. More specifically, make The Amazing Spider-Man 3. Pretty much a lot of people, after seeing Andrew Garfield's performance in Spider-Man No Way Home, have been begging for Andrew Garfield to make a redemptive return in The Amazing Spider-Man 3. Andrew Garfield was amazing. He possibly was the best Spider-Man in that movie. As a matter of fact, I think he pretty much was the best Spider-Man in that movie, but I think it's a little too late to make The Amazing Spider-Man 3 now. The last one came out in 2014. We've gotten so many superhero movies since then. We've already gotten used to a whole nother Spider-Man. I think adding another Spider-Man that isn't Miles Morales or in that Across the Spider-Verse movie is going to be a little bit confusing for like the average moviegoer. Again, we fans will most likely get it, but I think now it just seems a little bit retroactive, and I think it's good that he got that redemptive arc in Spider-Man No Way Home. But if people want that to be made, it seems that a lot of people want him to cross over with Venom, seeing as Venom is the next big Spider-Man franchise that's happening at Sony right now. It would be cool to see those two face off together, since we won't get Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock facing off against Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I mean, seriously, there's a lot of art with Venom and Andrew Garfield. So if this doesn't convince Sony to let this happen, then I won't be upset, but I kind of want to see it happen now because the art is so dang good. Next up, Netflix just released a new teaser trailer for their new film Pinocchio, and this film is going to be directed by Guillermo del Toro, and it's stop motion. Now, the trailer isn't all that long. It's only about like 30 seconds, but it gives you everything you need to know about this film. The first thing being is that the cricket character, and I say cricket character because this cricket, his name is Sebastian J. Cricket instead of Jiminy Cricket, but I think J stands for Jiminy, so that we'll find out when the movie comes out. But that character is going to be voiced by Ewan McGregor. Another thing is if you look at this trailer, you'll notice that it has still like a very creepy stop motion quality to it, but still kind of endearing because of the music that offsets it. So Guillermo del Toro is pretty much a master at creating these kind of creepy worlds that we still want to go to. He directed Shape of Water, and for some reason he made me believe that that was the best romance of 2017, which is weird, but it worked. Now, we don't know much about this Pinocchio movie yet. Putting it on your radar, check out the trailer. It looks really good, and I'm excited to see anything that Guillermo throws on screen. He is a master director at this point, one of the best in the game, and I really hope this movie does really well. The movie comes out in December 2022. All right, and some little bit of obvious news for you. Squid Game Season 2 has officially been greenlit by Netflix. I mean, if they didn't renew this film, I'm pretty sure real riots would have taken place all over the world, because this was the most viewed Netflix, I think, anything in the entire world. And then finally, in more Netflix news, Knives Out 2 is going to be released in theaters and on Netflix, possibly on the same day. And this is kind of huge because we've all known over the course of a year that HBO Max and Warner Brothers had a deal to pretty much release everything on the same day as they release on HBO Max, just as long as you had a subscription. Disney Plus has dabbled in this a little bit, but a lot of their titles were doing premiere access, like Raya the Last Dragon and Cruella. Very rare, if at all, if something came out on Disney Plus the same day as it went out in theaters. Usually it will come out in theaters and then it will pretty much arrive on Disney Plus in about a month, 2 months later, similar to Shang-Chi Eternals just happened. But this is the first time that we're hearing that Netflix is doing this. Netflix has already kind of gained a reputation for putting out prestigious films that are serious Oscar contenders. And these films will usually have a limited theater release, and then it will release on Netflix at a later date. But if Knives Out 2 releases on Netflix and in theaters at the same time, it will be a very interesting conversation to have on which movies do you think deserve the movie experience? Because I think Netflix has carved out a niche for itself where they can make movies that doesn't necessarily have to be seen in theaters, but it will still be major awards contenders in the long run. And Knives Out, the first one, was a major awards contender. I believe it won Best Original Screenplay. Knives Out 2 is directed and written by Rian Johnson again, so it could be up for that award one more time. Anyway, guys, that is the video. Make sure you guys hit me up on all my social media accounts, whether that's TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, here on YouTube, trying to get bigger here. And if you liked the video or you hated the video, let me know down in the comments, because any engagement is good engagement for the algorithm. Take care, guys. You're amazing.